First team all violence, Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. And we talked about this, man. I said, Justin Gaethje, is he ever truly an underdog, right? Even though, I think on the line, he technically was an underdog in this one. Rafael Fiziev, more technical striker, I still believe that. But when it comes down to 3-round experience, violence, damage, which is the scoring criteria, Justin Gaethje prevailed, especially when he started finding his jab in round number 3. It was almost like he turned into a different fighter, and he just started putting it on Rafael Fiziev. So respect to both fighters because they put on a phenomenal performance. Another Fight of the Year candidate over here by Justin Gaethje. But my question is, like, is this one of those rare times where you actually do believe Justin Gaethje when he says, when I fought Charles Oliveira, I was off. That was not me. I was not fighting to my best capacities, versus this performance where he's like, yeah, how I fight here, this is how I'm normally supposed to fight. When I fight like this, I'm the best. You can't beat me. What do you think?
I like it and I agree with it. I definitely think it, that is, there's some truth to that statement. My big question is to why was that the case of the night? Was it a 3-round thing? Was it a 5-round thing? Was it fighting a little earlier than in the night where you still have some people are going to walk out after you so you don't have all the pressure? Because I agree, I thought it was the 3-round, the 3 rounds. Excuse me. I thought it was it being a 3-round fight. That way he knew he had enough gas to keep the foot on the pedal the entire time and not have to worry about it. And that's where that jab in that 3rd round came in, man. He really started to pick up the pace and put it on him because he knew this was the end of the fight. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I do think this was a different or a breed of Justin Gaethje we saw in the past that still had a little bit of growth to him. And what made me happy, Derek, at the end of it was the cheesy little takedown. He had to show at least one little bit of his D1 wrestling. I'm happy because that's what I was going for. He didn't need it. Turns out he's better at his hands than we thought. But it was still nice to see, man. What do you think?
Well, I think that takedown actually did solidify it in the 3rd round. Like, it helped, right? It definitely put the nail in the coffin right there. I was like, oh, and he got the takedown? No, that's it. And it's funny. It was like, yeah, all right, I got my takedown. Y'all can all shut the fuck up now. You know what I mean? I got it, bro. So, like, listen, he appeased the fans. He appeased the people who wanted it. I will say this. Justin Gaethje's own words are more or less, in the last one against Charles Oliveira, he wasn't himself because, the Rose Namajunas, that kind of played into everything. She was sharing the same card, the emotions that go into it. And also, he said he was just fought way too emotionally. And we know, right? That's cardinal rule number 1. You cannot be emotional in there. And he says, when I fought Fiziev, I felt nothing. I controlled his feet. If you control their feet, you control where they go and you control the fight. So I think this is a monster learning lesson for Rafael Fiziev right here. And I think that anybody who is fighting Fiziev here in the future needs to be very, very worried. Because this is one of those fights that catapults you to the next level. Fighting a guy like Justin Gaethje, who you've earned his respect. He's like, I'm a fan of you, and you are a legitimate warrior. You are the 2nd fastest person I've ever fought next to Michael Johnson, who is criminally underrated, legitimately, right? Yeah, might not have the most success, but we know this dude is this close to beating all the best guys. I think that Rafael Fiziev is going to take a lot from this moving forward, but this does set Justin Gaethje up for a phenomenal, phenomenal opportunity of either Poirier rematch or a title shot. And then now you fought Khabib, you lost. Now you got Khabib Jr. and Islam Makhachev. It's like going to be interesting to see if this is indeed Justin Gaethje's last run at a title. What do you think of the odds that he leaves this game victorious and accomplishing that goal?
Pretty good, Derek. Pretty good. Because I agree, this set up both fighters for more so Justin Gaethje in the immediate future. But Rafael Fiziev, give him 2-3 years, and I think this is going to be a champion as well. But as far as Justin Gaethje goes, man, having to go up and fight Islam, that's a very intriguing thing. Let's say he gets the dub on Islam. Does Khabib come back? There's a whole lot of storyline. Obviously, I personally don't think it's going to, but I know that's going to be the narrative of what's being said. So I like that this is the opportunity Justin Gaethje has. And what's nice about him having to fight Islam is we're really going to have to see that D1 wrestling come out. So it's going to be put to the test. I like that fight a lot.
That's right. That's right, man. Let's not forget 11 performance bonuses in 11 fights for Justin Gaethje. Honestly, the most exciting dude in the UFC, legitimately. Like, you can't argue with it really at this point. And I will say, man, the same thing that I said before. Is Justin Gaethje ever truly an underdog? And I would say the answer is absolutely not. I will say, though, in the beginning of the fight, man, it was looking good for Fiziev, man. Justin Gaethje had a slow start, but that's the thing. Is like, it doesn't matter round 1, round 2. You have to go all 15 minutes with this man, Gaethje. And when he hits, there's something about him that is like, he hits like a Mack truck, and he looked like he didn't even get into a fight after the fact, man. This dude is almost inhuman. You know what I'm saying? At that level. So truly a killer be killed fighter. You got anything else on this one, or are you ready to move on?
Man, no, this is I'm just happy anytime like Justin Gaethje's on the card, and now I think we have another contender in that category of somebody you're just excited to see when they fight in Rafael Fiziev.
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, shout out. Fantastic co-main event. Honestly, bro. Like, fight of the year.